Hey, what's up, everyone? Thought I'd do a quick recap of my experience at the Hitchcock race on December 10th. If you're not familiar with the Hitchcock Trail Race, it's up at the Hitchcock Nature Center, which is by Crescent, Iowa. There's four races. You can do a 100-mile, 50-mile, 13-mile, or what they call 101K the hard way, where you run the 13-mile in the morning, then come back and run the 50-mile at night. I ran the 50-mile race, and there's four reasons why I like this race. Number one, just it's a top-notch race. From the aid stations to the volunteers to the race director, I couldn't recommend them more. They are awesome. I like the 50-mile because it starts at night. You start at 9 and run through the night. I think it's David Goggins that said, no answers are found in the light, and so give you an opportunity to find something out about yourself. It's in December in Iowa, so there's always a chance of snow. We did have good weather this year, so can't complain there, but it's kind of that element of surprise. You're watching the weather to see what it's going to be like. And then finally, just the course. So over the 50-mile, there's 10,000 feet of elevation gain, and so it's a legit course, and it will eat you up if you are not prepared. So whatever distance, highly recommend that you go out and give it a try. My race, I finished fourth overall, 11 hours and 43 minutes. There was 27 finishers, I believe. Roughly 13 DM did not finish. So pretty big field, and I'm decently satisfied with that fourth place finish. Have to give a shout out to my crew, Stephanie, my wife. She there supported me throughout the night. She did recommend I don't sign up for this race again, but we'll see. We'll make that decision later. But what went well? First of all, nutrition was good. No stomach issues. Ate a lot of fruit throughout the course. I was eating ramen noodles at the aid stations, and then after the end of each loop, so it's a 12.5-mile loop, but at the end of each loop, I would either eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich or turkey sandwich. So no issues there. There was one lap where I probably should have ate or drank a little bit more water. Stephanie kind of called me out on it, and so I made that adjustment in the next. But overall, pretty good on nutrition. Also, legs felt good on the climbs. There's no long climbs. It's just in the bluffs, but there's a lot of straight ups and straight downs. And so going up, my legs actually felt a lot better than they did last year. So no issues there. What I need to improve on, training. Training wasn't where it needed to be. I had a decent November. I think I was at 160 miles. But I only ran on the trails twice, and my longest run training for this was 15 miles. And so would like to get some longer runs in, also more work on the trails, especially for a race like that. But, that's something that's pretty easy to fix. You just got to get the right training in. Attitude, I didn't have the same excitement that I've had for other races. I've been busy with work, also coaching wrestling. And so my body was a little sore leading into this. I say 4 days before I could barely roll out of bed because I kind of strained my groin in wrestling practice. And I actually reached out to Jake, my buddy, and, kind of told him the situation. And, he basically said, well, if you're hurt, don't do it. But, your legs are going to be tired after 50 miles when you run 100. So suck it up, which I did. So I guess that's a positive. Knee issues. My IT band started hurting again on this race around mile 20. Just something I had to deal with. I'm not sure if it's my shoes or just the inclines and declines, or if I just need to strengthen them. But definitely going to be a focus on fixing that problem before my next race. Overall satisfaction with the race. Last year I ran 101 the hard way. So I ran the 13 miles, came back from the 50 portion, and last year's 50 portion was actually faster than this year's, and there was snow on the ground. So I was a little disappointed there. But, I finished fourth place, and it's a tough race, and running 50 miles isn't easy, and so I will take it. Just be thankful for the things that went well and learn from the things that didn't and move on. But I'll always take a fourth place finish in a tough race like that. My tip to a new person thinking about running this race, sign up, but before the race, go practice. Because I think a lot of people that are new get out there, they run the course, and then it's kind of like overwhelming, like, oh my gosh, what did I sign myself up for? So sign up, then go practice on the course. Number one takeaway is that your body on race day is what you have to work with, and you do everything to prepare it and get it ready, but sometimes it might be a little tired. There might be a little bit injury. It's like weather. I run in the cold, I run in the heat, I run in the rain, I run in the snow, because I don't know what it's going to be like on race day. And same with my body. I train when it's tired. I purposely train long, back-to-back runs so that my body feels like what it's like to run when my legs are tired and sore. And so I'm always going to do the best to get it ready, but sometimes it's not. And mentally, you have to be able to ready to go. And so I'm glad that I learned that lesson during this race. How does that apply for life? If you're getting after it in life, you're going to be tired. You'll always be able to find an excuse, a reason not to do something. You'll always be able to find someone that's going to reinforce that. Luckily, I have Jake, right? That kind of called me out on it when I was looking for excuses, maybe thinking about not running it. But it's never hard to find someone to say, yeah, you shouldn't run 50 miles, but you got to have that one person that tells you to do it. So, what that means is that the situation is never going to be perfect. You do your best to prepare for whatever you're working towards, but when that time comes, you got to play with the cards that were dealt and where you're at. And then, have a coach, have a friend, have somebody that when you start feeling sorry for yourself because you're working towards a hard goal and it's getting hard, that they call you out and help you bring some perspective. So anyways, that's my recap. Hope you found it beneficial. Talk to you all soon.